Diane's Home Style Cooking. Today we're going to make a sponge cake. You're going to need 7 large eggs, and we're going to separate the egg yolks from the egg whites. If you have some extra clementines and you're not sure what to do with them because you may not have time to eat them, well, what I like to do is I like to cut them in half, and then I extract all the juice from them, and then I use this little strainer, and then I strain and just get all the juice and make sure I don't have any of the flesh inside. I just want the juice only. And then I put the tray into the freezer, and then if I should find a recipe that calls for orange juice and I don't have any orange juice available, now I'll have some in the freezer. I'm going to use 4 cubes that I had frozen of my orange juice. Now if you don't want to freeze your orange juice, you can use fresh orange juice. If you choose to use fresh orange juice, you will need 1/4 of a cup. And then I'm going to slowly add it to my egg mixture. I'm going to fold in my orange juice into my egg yolk. Okay, we're going to get ready to beat our egg whites. I'm going to take my 7 egg whites and I'm going to beat them until they're nice and stiff. When you see that your egg whites are nice and stiff, now you're going to use some sugar. If you're using organic sugar, you want to use 3/4 of a cup. If you're using white sugar, you need 1 cup. Be sure to mix it real well. I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar. Your egg whites correctly, you're going to see that they're nice and fluffy. You just want to make sure that the egg yolk mixture is blended in well with the egg whites. going to need 1 cup of flour. And when you add the flour, you just want to sprinkle in a little bit at a time, and you want to gently fold it in. And you also want to have your oven preheated at 325. Your sponge cake should take 1 hour to cook. And if you feel that if you do the cake test and it's not done completely, just add 5 minutes thereafter until it's completely cooked. Usually it should take 1 hour. So you can see by stirring it gently, all the egg yolk is getting blended. Now you can sift this cup of flour, but I'm not going to do it. But I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit at a time. And then I'm going to fold the batter. You want to be sure to add just a little bit at a time so you don't get lumps. You're going to need an ungreased bundt pan. So I'm almost done folding the flour into the batter. And you just want to be sure that all the lumps are out. So, you know, that's why it takes me a while to go through 1 cup of flour to add it to the batter, because I definitely add it gradually. As you can see, it should have a nice yellow color without lumps. You will need a bundt pan that is ungreased, and you want to mix the batter evenly all around the pan. And your oven should be preheated at 325. Now you're going to need to take your spatula and go up and down, and then this helps to remove any air bubbles. Now I'm ready to put it into my preheated oven at 325, and I'm going to bake it for 60 minutes. And then I'm going to check on it with a toothpick stick until it comes out clean. And if it's not baked within 60 minutes, then just do 5 minutes thereafter. So I had a nice wooden stick and I just poked it and it came out nice and clean, and so now I'm just going to turn it over. I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes and then I'm going to take it out of the pan. And I like to take a knife and just go around the edges. So I let my sponge cake sit for 10 minutes to cool off. Make sure you go all the way around and then do in the center as well. Just gonna poke at it just so it'll hopefully come out a little bit easier. Pushing down and away from the pan, and then I'm going to push outward when I go in the center. Then I'm going to turn it upside down and wish for a successful turnout. Let's see. Okay, so it was tugging on one side, so that's all I did is I just took my hand and helped pushed it a little bit. So as you can see, the sponge cake came out pretty easily. I let it cool for 10 minutes and like I said, just be gentle but poke around and loosen it up and it should come out pretty easy for you. So now I'm going to let this cool off completely before I show you the last step. So now that my cake is completely cooled, I have some confection sugar here in a bowl and I'm going to sprinkle some powdered sugar on it. The nice thing about the powdered sugar is that just give it a little bit of extra sweetness, but not too much. You can always sweeten up some strawberries and mash them and then serve the sponge cake with crushed strawberries and whipping cream. That would just be really delicious. Then I'm just going to put some powdered sugar. And now I'm just going to do the top. Think about doing the inside. Let me just see if I can do the inside. Now that I have the powdered sugar on it, now I'm going to put it on a cake dish.